In the bustling city of Onitsha, there lived an old woman named Madam Ike. She was known by everyone in her neighborhood, but for a long time, she had lived quietly and alone. Her children had moved abroad years ago, promising to return someday, but no trace of them ever came back. She had asked neighbors, prayed in churches, consulted elders, yet nothing. Eventually, she accepted her fate and tried to survive the harsh realities of life. First, she tried selling bean balls in the market, but people often owed her, taking advantage of her age and frailty. Then she tried hawking pure water, but even that was unsuccessful. Day after day, she returned home empty-handed, her heart heavy with grief and bitterness. One late evening, after another failed day at the market, Madam Ike trudged slowly toward her small, dusty apartment. Tears ran down her face as she muttered under her breath, questioning why life had been so cruel. Suddenly, from the shadows of the dim streetlight, a dark figure emerged. "Ike!" A low, whispery voice called. "Do you want my help?" Ike froze, fear and exhaustion wrestling in her chest. She looked around, but could see nothing clearly. Who are you?" she asked cautiously. "I can help you," the shadow said. "But everything comes with a price." Ike, desperate and weary, barely hesitated. "What do you want in return?" "People's futures," the shadow said simply. "I will give you a business unlike any other. When people buy from you, they will lose their future. And in return, you will prosper." Ike's heart pounded. The idea frightened her, but the weariness in her body and soul was stronger. Without thinking, she nodded. "Go home," the shadow whispered. "Inside your room, you will find something waiting for you. And remember, never sell during the day. Only at evening. Only then will your success bloom." Shaking with curiosity and fear, Madam Ike returned to her tiny apartment. To her astonishment, there, in the corner of her room, sat a large basket of Udara. She hesitated, then curiosity and hunger for survival got the better of her. She took the basket to the market the next evening. From that day onward, something extraordinary happened. Madam Ike's Udara was the sweetest anyone had ever tasted. People came running as soon as they spotted her, jostling and even fighting over who would buy first. Her basket emptied within minutes. She became the most famous seller in the market, her fame spreading far and wide. Other sellers tried to mimic her timing and techniques, but none could match her Udara. For a time, Madam Ike forgot her misfortunes. She was living comfortably, even luxuriously, for the first time in years. But power, as it often does, can be dangerous. One fateful evening, as Madam Ike walked through the crowded market carrying her glowing basket, a man stepped forward from the crowd. He was a reverend father, known for his deep spiritual insight. He approached her, polite but firm, and asked to buy 2 Udara. Ike handed him the Udara as usual. But in his hands, they turned black, dark as coal. Gasps erupted from the crowd. Some screamed. Some fell back in fear. Ike froze, realization dawning like a shadow over her heart. The Reverend Father raised his hands to calm the crowd. "Do not harm her," he commanded. "She is under a dark influence. Let her confess." Ike, shaking and terrified, fell to her knees. She told the crowd about the shadow, about the forbidden agreement, about the power she had been wielding. "I never meant to harm anyone," she said, tears streaming down her face. "I only wanted to survive. I only wanted to live." But the people were angry. Some pushed her basket to the ground, shattering it. Others poured dirty water over her. The market erupted into chaos. The Reverend Father took her aside, gently guiding her to his car. He drove her to the church, where he prayed over her, casting out the shadow and breaking the dark pact. Slowly, the evil influence lifted. Madam Ike felt a weight leave her chest, a darkness vanish from her heart. Free from the shadow, Madam Ike rebuilt her life, but differently this time. She no longer relied on shortcuts or magic. She became a devoted member of the church, one of its ushers, helping others and living a humble, honest life. Though she never saw her children again, she found peace and purpose. And in her story, people learned an important lesson: there is no shortcut to success, and no amount of money is worth selling your soul. Greed may bring fleeting wealth, but only integrity brings lasting peace.